Hello everybody and welcome back to Construction Simulator. I'm Gregor Boy, thank you for joining me today. So we are here back at the depot, dodge it and bodge it, and it's late at night. So it's basically 12:32 at the minute. So I'm not going to do anything yet until it's gone light, but I just thought we would sort of start this episode off. So the bank balance is a bit sorry, so I'm kind of thinking we were going to do the expansion contract. Now if we're going to have a look on here, it doesn't give me any information. It just simply says we've got to go speak with Harpay. So I don't really know. It doesn't really sort of tell me anything what we've got to do. So what I'm thinking is if we go into jobs and go into contracts, I think it might be worth doing something like this now, and then we'll come back for the expansion contract, because we can't get into the second depot until we've done the expansion contract. This one looks the best. It's a high figure. But also it's just like, looks like it's just one. You got basically the debrief, and then it's just the asphalt machine. So we can just pave the road again. Now I don't know what kind of road. It's going to be a fairly sized one, I would have thought. And also, if you play this game and you've not spotted this one, you can change the job scope by moving it up and down. Now you can go for low, as you can see, 227,500, and you can see the little egg timers at the bottom for the duration. Now what this means is as you're going through, the game will hit 100% of that task when you've probably done half the road. You've probably done some of these jobs and suddenly you will get like halfway through and it's like, ting, it comes up and it's like done, 100%. That's why, because of the job scope. You can go and change it to medium and you can change it to high. As you can see, the figure's now changed to 284 for this particular one, and the duration's gone to full, which means you're going to have to do every inch of the job to complete it. So it's more time, but more money. So it just depends on what you want to do. And I think we're going to do that, and I'm going to have a look at doing the high scope just to see. It's paving a road. Can't be too tricky, can it? All we've got to do is rent a paver. I'm not going to bother taking the wagon because it looks like it's just a paver. Get the paver, send it over to the job site, and we pave away. Now, I'm going to come back in the morning when it's a bit light because, well, we didn't really want to start it now, do we? It's 1:30 in the morning, so I'll see you in the morning. So we are back here at the contract then. It's morning time, and I thought I'd have a look at this, and I thought I'm going to accept the contract and maybe get the stuff set up over there. And I've gone for high, like I said. Now, as far as I was aware, that just changes the duration, which just means how much of the job you have to complete. So I didn't realize this job was the other end of the map, and I'm guessing these contracts are done for when I get the other depot, which is more down the way where these contracts are. Well, I didn't realize that, so I've had to trek quite a way. Now I can fast travel, but it's been about a couple of grand to move one of the machines across here. I used the paver I put on the back of the trailer and sort of drove that across myself to save a bit of money. Don't think the paver would have, the milling machine, don't think that would have fitted on. So if we go and have a quick look here, we have got this is what we're looking at in a minute. Low loaders across there, that's mine. Paver is there, I put that to the side. This milling machine that I'm in now I had to transport here because I don't think it would fit on the actual low loader. Might have done, I'm not, maybe actually, I don't know. So I fast travel this, but this has cost about 2,000. If we're going to have a look, this is where we are down here. I didn't realise, obviously, there's the new depot there, so it's sort of closer, and obviously we've got a little bit of works around here. There's a dealer, so that would be the better one to sort of get if it's down here. Didn't realise the contract was down here. I've got all the stuff here, and obviously our depot's there, and we've had to transport it all the way down here. So I thought, I'm just going to get things set up through the night, ready to start. I turned up here, and as it says at the top, we've got a mill. We've got to apply it, and then we've got to compact it. But I'm a bit confused whether this is because I've chose the high option. Maybe it's sort of wanting me to do everything myself without any help. But I don't see any form of markers. The only thing I can see is like slight different texture here, and where obviously these bit of roadworks and the lights are. But there's no marker like before. We've had flashing markers to say, oh yeah, go from here. I'm assuming it's this section here that we need to do. I did try, and it did sort of start working here, so I'm like, oh, okay, that must be right. But in the job, it doesn't tell me anything about needing like a tipper truck for this to go in. But then I don't understand, how am I going to do that on my own? Like, how am I going to get a tipper truck for this to go in? Because you need someone to drive the tipper truck forward as you drive this. I'm on my own. So I'm a bit confused of what I've actually got to do here. So we will just have a little look and see what this is going to do. You can see the markers there on the floor. It's showing where it's going to go. Let's turn it on. It's dropping down, and then we'll start creeping forward. Now, it's not, as you can see, it's not building up on the road. So, is that right? I mean, I know it should be, but then is it because it knows I'm on my own why it's not building up? I suppose you would get some more money for this, wouldn't you? If it went in a tipper truck or dump truck, you would obviously be able to then get rid of the waste and get some more money for it. How far do we go? I want to dig up road that I'm not meant to. I think the gate, I think it was stopped me before. I'm open. Do we have to pick this up when we go back, or are we okay just to... I need to get close to the edge here. Okay, we're doing alright. Maybe just turn the camera around a little bit so we can try and see this way. I'm assuming I'm going to go up to them, like, roadwork signs. I'm assuming that's where we stop. Yeah, it stopped me there. That's good then. But at least we kind of know that. So, yeah, that's weird, that is. How are you expected to do this on your own and collect it? I suppose it obviously knows that you can't do it on your own. But you can, but I mean, you are meant to obviously collect the old asphalt. I mean, it'd be great in multiplayer, wouldn't it, this? That's not a bad job, actually, that. I'm quite impressed with that. So, let's go for another pass. Oh, it says it's disabled. Am I not far enough forward? Is that why? Let's try again. Helps if you press the right button. No, it's still not allowing it. There we go. Someone's got some banging tunes. Let's just see if we can carry on going along. So I think this is part of where I went for the high option. Maybe it is, it's trusting you to do a bit more, so it's not giving me any flashing markers. Maybe that's part of the high. Maybe if I went for low as well, it would. But I think if I was on low now, or medium, I think it would have took maybe 2 strips down, and it would have been like, ching, 100%, you've done it. Move on to the next bit. But this looks like it is going to have me do it all, which I think that's quite good. We definitely need the money. This is quite cooler, this is. So yeah, I do think we could have got a little bit more money back by actually having a tipper truck and actually picking up the waste. But the fact that obviously we haven't got one. Well, not that I haven't got one, I'd more than happy rent one, but I've got no way of being able to do that, both things. I'm just going to try and see if we can get this, because I think if it's going to be fussy and we're on the high, it's going to want every little bit gone. So let's just see if we can turn that on again, and we'll just sort of go and get right to the end on this bit here. There we go. Let's see if we can go spin this around. This would be quite a nice thing to have part of the fleet collection, wouldn't it? Mighty expensive though. Even with the cost we're going to get off this contract, I can't afford one. So we're going to have to look at something down the line for this, I think. So let's see if we go... I don't want to go too far because I don't want to miss it. Let's try there. No. Oh, well, let me put it on there. It's a bit further forward. Now? Yeah, there we go. And on we go. So I'm going to go and complete this, then get this to 100%, and then we'll move on. So you join me at the minute as I've just gone and rented an asphalt dumper. So this is going to be the truck that's going to take the asphalt in it and obviously dump it into the paver. Now, it didn't say in the job description that I needed one of these, but then I don't really know what else I can do. So I can fill the machine up, the paver itself up directly, but that was just over 9,000 and I haven't got that in my bank account to do that. Oh, it's trying to tell me to go through my own depot. I can't do that yet. So I don't have the money in my bank account to do that, but even if I did, would that be the best option? Just over 9 grand to get it filled directly? Then this has cost me just over 2. Traffic. I'm going to have to just... Excuse me, coming through. So yeah, just over 2 grand to rent this. I don't know how much this is going to cost to fill. I can see we're going to go into debt here. But then, what would have lasted? Like, has it just cost me more money to get this than fill it? I mean, I know it's the proper way to do it. You know, you're not going to be able to just sort of magically fill a machine in real life. So, yeah, you're going to have to get this. You're going to have to go to a yard to get asphalt in it. And then we're going to have to go take it to the machine. But I just don't... I'm not sure if this is cost me more money or not. Oh, when you go outside here. Right, let's go outside. I'm guessing it's this one right in front of it. It's a picture of the road. So, yeah, I was trying to work out what was going to be the best option for me. Now, we need to open this up. So we can fill this up for 15 grand, but I don't want to fill it for 15. Are we going to take all this? I just don't know if this has cost me more renting this. I think that should be good there. Do we need to fill this up though? Or not? This is the thing. How much do we put in? I don't think we need to fill it. I mean, we could always come back, I suppose, and ditch it here. So I'm going to just go for about... I'm going to try that there. It's sort of about half a truck. I just don't know, if I'm honest, I don't know how much this is going to, one, cost. 7,700. It says there, warning, money's getting tight. Sell unused or return rented vehicles. Money's getting tight. Yeah, you ain't kidding. So I got this one from here, from this dealer, which I should have really got all the equipment from, but I didn't realize the job was down here, so that's kind of my mistake. We might be able to go on the low load and pick up the roller, which is right up at the other dealer. So we just need to now go to the job site. So, really? Is that... Have I really got to go all around that to get there? Okay, I'll see you back at the site. So time is flying through, and that's the only one thing I found with this game is the time just speeds through so quick that you just don't feel like you get much time of like daylight. And already now it's like 20 to 11 at night. So I've got the paver, the dump truck's there. I filled it up, it's full, it stopped filling. There was a little bit left in the dump truck, so I'm hoping this is gonna cover all this. This is where I might sort of screwed up a bit by going for high, because if this doesn't cover all this, we've got to go back and try and get a bit more. And I've got 814 credits, or pound, or whatever you want, back. Well, I've got left in the bank, so I don't know if we're going to be able to... I don't know what happens. Will they let you go into debt? Just I'll pay them back when this contract goes through. So we've extended the paving screed out, and now we've just got to go and turn the machine on. It'll drop down. And then we've got to press 2 controllers together because it's got to go straight. Fingers crossed. This looks okay. And again, apologies that it's dark. But it will mean sitting around even longer waiting for this. And obviously there's a rental cost as well for doing that. I'm not sure if that's getting right to the edge or not. I think it should be okay. Oh my word. I've just noticed. That's it. We're out. Yeah, I am sat here stunned. Wow. Well, I was going to say in the tutorial, I don't think it got through that. Ooh, okay. I wasn't expecting it to go that quickly. I'm not really sure what to do now, because I can go and click on here. If I go on here, I can fill it up for 9 grand. But I don't have that money to be able to do that. I don't know what's going to happen there. So if we leave that there, I'm going to go in the truck again. When we have got a little bit in the truck, but I mean, I'm talking like a little bit. It's not worth even trying to put that in. If we have a look and jump in here, you can see the bottom by the speedo, the little yellow markers, how much is in here. It's next to nothing. It's pointless putting that in because it's just going to, move it a couple inches forward. Okay, I'm going to go back, get another load, fill it up again, and we'll take 2. Okay, so a little update for you then. It wouldn't let me get any. I hadn't got the credit to be able to get it. And it wouldn't let me fill this up either directly from the machine. So, yeah, you might notice there's 250,000 in the bank now. I had to go take a loan out. So here's me thinking, oh, let's do this contract. It'd be a good idea. Get some money in the bank, ready to go on for the expansion, because I know I'm going to have to rent machines. Didn't realize how many machines I'm going to have to rent here and how much it's going to cost to do all this. Let's just say it's a mistake on my part. Well over kind of oversight on this one. But let's fill the machine up directly, because I don't think there's much difference in going to the place and filling the dumper up and filling this up. They're both going to fill and cost the same. It's just it's cost us money to rent the dumper, and we physically have to go travel. And it's quite a way round because it's all on the ring road at the top. So we'll carry on this way. We'll get this done, and fingers crossed. Yeah, because we've gone through the night as well, we're going to another day technically. I've had to pay loan interest, which again I might have messed that up. I should have probably waited till we got into next day before getting the loan out. Never mind. It's all learning, isn't it? Every day's a school day. Now I don't know if I'm actually getting close enough to this, or are we actually? Is that causing an issue? It seems to be okay, but I'm not sure if that's close enough. Let's just carry on and see how we get on. I think that's going to be the best way. It seems like there's a bit of a gap, and we're kind of drifting across a little bit. Now, when I did the milling and was getting up the old road, it didn't actually... I didn't have to go and do every little inch, which was good. We've run out again. My word, these pavers are expensive. Now, is that because I've selected high? Is it literally making me sort of... Is it going down quicker because of that? It could be. That might, like, not improve, but it might use more. I wonder if that is the case. Because I'm sure when I did this little job where I needed one of these before... oh, crashed into something. I didn't have to do this before. It didn't seem to take this much. Now, there's a little bit of a gap there, and you can see where... There's a bit of a gap there, but not to worry. I think it'll be okay. Now, I'm going to go down here, because we're already nearly at 50% there. I'm hoping if we just go straight ahead now, it will fill in the blanks. We'll give it a try. So what we can do is give it a try and hope for the best. I've got a feeling it's going to get through a whole nother load before we get to 100%. What's going to hit first? We're going to empty the tank, or is it going to be 100%? I've got a feeling it's going to empty this. We're going to have to go for it. Yeah, we're going to have to go for another load. It really is expensive. That's probably why it's 280,000 income from it. Hopefully we should get to the end now and it should complete. It seems to be drifting off a little bit. I don't know if that's... Are we running the curb? I think we're running the curb on the... yeah, it seems to be running the curb a little bit. Let's just stop that a minute. Let's just go back. I think we're a bit too close. Let's just try and go here, maybe, and pull it over a little bit. I think it's catching on the little cobbles on the end there. So if can we drop it down again now? And let's try and carry on from here. Hopefully this will go a bit more straighter now, which it seems to be. It was rubbing along the edge and it was causing it to drift a little bit to the right. Which seems to be okay now. So hopefully by the time we get to the end, we should hit 100. Or is it going to make me do some in the middle? Oh, 90% nearly. Oh, we ran out again. Jesus. Back up a little bit. Fill it up again. Start the machine and carry on. Yeah, I think it's going to have me do some in the middle as well. Because we're at 95%. Yeah, it's going to have me do some in the middle. So, let's spin around. Hopefully we won't need to go too far down the middle. Looking good though. Apart from I kind of bodged. But look, we're living up to the name. Bodge it. This is quite rapid when it's not working. Right, let's just go straight ahead now and hopefully we'll fill in some of the gaps. Nearly there, nearly there. %, come on, 1%. And we're done. Now what do we do with what's in here now? Because there's a lot left in here. So I suppose what I should have done, I should have gone and sent that milling machine back before we went into the next day, because I've paid another rental charge on that. These are the little things you got to remember, you see, and these are little things I've got to keep doing. So the milling machine we don't need, so we can go and return that now. And we don't need the paver anymore, we just need the rollers. So I need to get out of the paver first. But what are we going to do with all that? What's in there? There's no way of getting it out. We'll go return this anyway. We're going to lose a little bit on that, but we'll go return this. We don't need that. They might give us some money back for what's in it. So it's 708 it's costing us. That's not too bad. We'll get rid of the return the dumper as well. So all we've got to do now is get the roller across here. Now I could go pick it up and save some money. Let's just go and have a quick look, because unfortunately it's right up this one here, because I didn't think about using the other depot. We undiscovered. Is that right? We discovered all these in the previous episode just so we could easily move about on them. And I didn't realize the job was down here. Otherwise I would have gone for that depot there. So we can jump into this. And we can fast travel from here to the site. Which, yes, it's going to cost money. I think that's going to be the best way at the minute. So if we go and we try and fast travel. See, it's all the way down here. It's quite a trek, that is. 561 credits to fast travel. You know what? Let's just do it. I've made a few mistakes on this one, which we're going to learn from. I say we're going to learn from. I hope we're going to learn from. I probably won't. I'll still make the mistakes. So at least we're in the right position then to be able to just slightly go side on so we can see what we're doing. We don't need to go too far. That's better. We've just got to remember we've got to turn the compactor on. So we should be able to turn the compactor on now. No. Oh, no, I'm not on it enough to turn it on. There we go. No. Still? Come on now. It doesn't want to turn the compactor on. Have I really got to put it all on? Is that what you want? Is that what you want in game? You want it all on? Yeah. It's like it's wanting it all on first. Never mind, alright. Well, At least we can control this a bit better. So let's just go and try and get right along to the edge here. We're doing all right. I don't know how close you have to go to the edge. It seems to be doing all right. Looking pretty good. We're not doing too bad since it's night time now, but it's going to be typical, but we're going to probably finish this as it starts getting light. I mean, just as I said that, it is starting to go light now. We're getting close to 5 o'clock, so at least it's going to brighten up for the end. Turn the compacting off. Let's see if we can go and spin around. Because it doesn't turn very well, we'll go along this end here. Saves shuffling about. Now we're going to have to go on before it'll let me turn the compacting on. There we go. Off we go. Let's go along and do these 2 strips and see what it's looking like for the... Now, can we go back and forward? Here's me sort of turning around, but I wonder if we can go back and forward. I'm assuming it works both ways. It just depends if the game's going to register it going back. Some games don't register things working backwards, but they do forwards. So it doesn't look like we've got to go right to the edge. It seems to be doing it right to the edge anyway. 32%. That's not bad. Spin around and go down this side. Activate. I like how it just drops down. Now, we could have gone for any one of these. I think this one, I don't think it really makes a difference. There's no difference in size as far as I'm aware. So I don't think really you can get any bigger rollers. So we're doing alright here. Whoa, what's that in the tarmac there? Is that a bit of rubbish that's blowing in and we've kind of compacted it in? %. Not bad. Right, I'm going to do a couple more and then I'll come back to you when we get closer to around 90%. So we are just wrapping things up here then. We've just got the last strip. But I don't think we're going to be doing all that. I don't think it's going to have all that because we're on like 92, 93% now. But it does seem we can go forward and backwards as well, because I kind of missed a little bit back there. Just have to remember that it steers the opposite way when you go backwards. And if you go off the road like that, it seems to disable it as well. So let's see, we can go backwards a little bit, which is very strange. Nearly there. I suppose technically it will work both ways, won't it? It's the same roller. There we go. Let's turn this off then because it's vibrating the controllers. So that's not a bad job if I do say so myself. It was a little bit different in how we did things and obviously selecting it on high. I'm sure that is just the duration, but technically we're out of the tutorial now. So maybe we don't get as much help. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm thinking, oh, hang on, I've selected high. This is why it wasn't giving me any information, but maybe it's because this is a contract that's out of this tutorial now, hence why it's costing me for traveling and everything's costing a fortune. Maybe that could be why. Well, let's just go and send that back now. We don't need that, so if we go onto here, we'll be able to send that, return that to the store now. Now it says clear the site. It wants me and this. This is still technically classing it in the site. I'm off the site now. You can see 1 of 3. So the flatbed's still on the site. So we just need to roll forward a little bit until it clears it. About that. Gotta speak with the foreman. Hopefully he's happy. Let's just see. I don't think we'll be actually talking to him. I think it will just complete it. Well, that was a nice little job, that was. So, yeah, learned a few things on here. Made a few mistakes. But you learn by your mistakes. So here's me thinking, oh, that was pretty good. That, you know, we'll get to get a bit of money in our back pocket there for doing the expansion. But no, it turns out I might have actually just made it worse. So if we go into here now, well, the first thing I want to do is pay back this. So let's just go and pay back that. What's that leave us with now? 227,970. So that's not too bad. And I think if we go on here as well, on my profile, we have got some skill points. So this is where we can, I think the bucket capacity, you got bulk, fitness, good business sense, crane speed. It's tricky to know what to go for. If we're going to be doing a lot more road work, then obviously the capacity of the paver will be good to, you know, increase. But then bulk material capacity, that could be also increased. I think the bucket capacity would be a good one. So if we go and do one on there, we've now got full, like, bucket capacity, the most that we're going to be able to get now. And I'm going to save the other one, I think, and try and work out what would be a good one to go for. But overall, that wasn't a bad day. Oh, excuse me, sorry, my bad. What idiot part that there? Oh yeah, happy me. Let's just back it up now. We've cleared the construction site. I'm going to worry about that. Sorry. One idiot. Watch the hedge. There we go. There you go, everyone. You can carry on your day now. Sorry. Well, nice little job done. Bit of money in the bank account. We are going to do the conspanction. What's the conspanction? No, the expansion on the next episode. If you do want to follow me across all social media platforms, then please feel free to do so. Easiest way is just head to my website, craigerboygames.co.uk. On there, you'll see all the links for all the social media platforms that I'm on. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.